This is the new iPhone 14 Pro, and this is the 13 Pro, and this is the 12 Pro. Can you spot the difference? From the back and the overall design, almost nothing has changed. The 12 Pro is the thinnest out of the bunch, and throughout the years, it got thicker and thicker to house a bigger camera. Of course, with the 14 Pro, we have a huge 48 megapixel camera. We also got a bigger battery for the 13 and the 14 Pro. Now, if we flip the phones over, we can kind of start to see the difference. For the 12 and the 13, very minor difference, but with the 14, we now have an always-on display, and they got rid of the notch and added dynamic island, which is just a pill-shaped cutout. I also noticed a tiny difference in width between the 13 and the 14. The 14 screen looks a little bit wider than the 13, and that's of course because we have smaller bezels. I got the silver color this year. I think it looks the best, but with this one, the white back is even wider than last year, and it looks very good with, let's say, the product red silicone case. The red is popping, rich. I think this is one of the best red silicone cases Apple has produced over the years. That's almost all the changes from the outside, but what really matters is the inside. Let's start with the screen. The 12 Pro has a great screen, don't get me wrong, but it's a 60 Hz screen. They made it better, of course, with the 13 Pro. 120 Hz, very smooth, very fast. I love scrolling on the 13 Pro. I said in a previous video that the 13 Pro is a complete phone. It almost filled all the gaps that the 12 Pro lacked. The camera is really good in low light, better screen, better battery, better camera. Yes, it looks almost the same, but I really recommend the 13 over the 12. But with the 14 Pro this year, it also filled a lot of gaps that the 13 Pro had, but barely. We do have the 120 Hz display. Both displays are great. This one up to 2000 nits. Yes, that's a big plus, especially outdoors. It's very visible. They got rid of the notch, but it's still a big pill-shaped cutout. It's a little bit annoying with the bright background like this, but if you use a darker background, it's not gonna be visible at all. We did get a bigger camera each year, which now we have a huge camera on the 14. Last year's 13 compared to the 12 looked insane, and now even more with the 14. And these cameras protrude very far from the phone. They have very sharp edges. They're gonna get a lot of dust in these corners. I mean, with the 12 and the 13, it was a mess already, and I think it's gonna be even more with the 14. The cameras, I did a quick test with the 14 Pro compared to the 13 Pro and the 12 Pro. Here are the results. I don't wanna show you which is which. Can you tell which photo was taken by which phone? We can see a slightly better photo from the 12 to the 13 to the 14 Pro, but barely. The real difference will show in low light. I'm gonna be testing the 14 Pro with shooting the Milky Way like I did last year with the 13 Pro. I'm gonna put the 14 Pro against the 13 Pro against the 12 Pro against this camera, which is the Canon R6, a full frame camera. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to see it when it comes out. Last year's photo with the 13 Pro blew my mind, and with 2 times better performance in low light with the 14 Pro and the 48 megapixels, it should do much better than that. I can't wait to shoot the Milky Way with the 14 Pro. And this has been the iPhone 14 Pro first impression against the 13 Pro and the 12 Pro. Of course, I'm gonna be doing a lot more episodes comparing these three against each other. A lot of videos about the 14 Pro are coming very soon, so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and don't forget that life is all about love and dance. See ya!